Preview.
It's been a while, guys, and life is taking a turn for the better and for the worst over the past couple months. I've just been going through the motions and doing what I gotta do to embrace the evolution that I've been going through over the past year. Not to mention how weird and all over the place the world has been since the beginning of the year. Ni sen ni ju. Anyways, I'm Rekka, back again from Animebackwhen, and today I decided to segue back into the channel from my hiatus with an anime that easily is in my top 10 anime of all time and probably my most rewatched anime of all time. A 4-episode OVA from 1999 by the name of Petshop of Horrors. Now, I initially did a review for this in 2019, but I really didn't like how I did that one. So here we are. A lot of you guys may be shocked to know how many legendary anime Madhouse was responsible for over the years. From TV series like Trigun, Cardcaptor Sakura, Beyblade, believe it or not, Black Lagoon, No Game No Life, the most popular three being Death Note, Hunter x Hunter 2011, and One Punch. They were also responsible for both hyped and cult classic films and OVAs like Ninja Scroll, Record of Lotus War, Perfect Blue, Wicked City, and Cyber City Oeda 808, to be reviewed soon. The one that not a lot of people have heard of, which is a recurring and probably redundant theme on this channel, but the driving force behind the channel's inception and existence, is Petshop of Horrors. The manga for this series was written by Matsuri Akino, a female mangaka from Mitaka, an area located in the west end of the Tokyo Prefecture of Japan. The series ran from 95 to 98, spanning 10 volumes, and would see a 4-episode OVA the following year, up in 99. Actually, Petshop of Horrors is really a television series, but at 4 episodes, let's keep it real. So in Chinatown, there's a weird pet shop being run by some weirdo androgynous Chinese man named Count D. That's no disrespect to drags or androgynous or anything like that. And I actually like Count D, but it's just, he's kinda odd. He sells customers pets and gives them very distinct terms on what to do and not to do in terms of feeding and treating the animal, as he's not responsible or to be held accountable if the contract is broken. And because this is anime, because this is fiction, you pretty much know people can't help but play with fire. And that basically is the dynamic for this show. 4 episodic stories, and they all play out very dramatically, thus the term horror in the title. So at this point you may be asking yourself, what's so special about this story? It actually doesn't even sound like something told in an anime or manga. It sounds pretty Western to me, and you're absolutely right. But that isn't the draw to this show. You see, these pets that Count D is giving to people actually are a direct representation of whatever their emotional weaknesses are. Sometimes these things may be within their personality and it's intrinsic. Sometimes these things are about a particular person in their life. And that is what the pet represents. So with that being said, I'm going to spoil a small sample from the beginning of the first episode. Keeping it brief, D gets a call from a guy complaining about how the pet tiger he bought wasn't a tiger and it was a painting. Turns out he tried to show it off to his guest. The contract distinctly stated that he not show it to anyone. Me using logic, I take it was his ego and need to show off, representing what ultimately led to his demise. But who knows? So yeah, that's basically the formula for Petshop of Horrors. This supernatural and airy take on the human heart, conscience and soul make you really dive deep, and if you actually take it in for what it is, the entire intention of Petshop of Horrors is for the viewer to be introspective. I have reviews for 2 shows that are very similar to this. That'd be Vampire Princess Miyu and Nightwalker Midnight Detective. Once you add in the aspect of the detective that's on Count D's ass every step of the way, watching him, hell-bent on proving that he's responsible behind all the strange deaths happening around the city, you can't help but be more and more intrigued by the mystery of the shops and of course these pets. So let's now talk about the art style and animation. After I saw this for the first time, I was quite shocked to find out that Petshop of Horrors came out in 99. I mean, let's see. One Piece came out in 99, Excel Saga came out in 99, Digimon came out in 99. Now, I'm not saying these are some kind of Ghibli masterpieces as far as graphically, but compared to those, Horrors looks no younger than airing maybe in 93, and that's being generous. It still looks great, and hands down the animation is beautiful, but yeah, it's kinda dated. This suggests to me that Madhouse had a smaller budget to work with on this project. With the show taking place in America, probably why I like it so much, I love when anime comes over to the West, it makes for a very distinct and different art style. On to the music. So for those of you that might not know, I'm a rapper, producer, singer. Link to all my music will be in the bio. Shameless plug. But all I'm going to say is I've tried 100 times to sample this soundtrack to make beats over the years. I never really was able to come up with anything, but that should tell you enough. This soundtrack is phenomenal. I'm going to link it in the description as well. And if you don't even check out the show, I at least suggest that you check out the soundtrack. It's definitely worth it. So following the quick release of this anime, the Petshop of Horrors franchise did see a revival in manga form back in 2005 called Shin Petshop of Horrors, which pretty much is a sequel to the original manga, and it ran till 2013. After that, a 5-volume prequel series called Petshop of Horrors Passage Hen ran from 2013 to 17, which I actually want to look into because it takes place before the anime. It's a prequel to the actual anime with Count D's grandfather as the protagonist. And then another prequel anime called Petshop of Horrors Arc Adrift is actually ongoing today since 2018. And as of 2020, it has 3 volumes out. And this one is about D's father. All in all, this is one of my favorite anime of all time, and I recommend each and every one of you to see it. This to me is definitely a hidden gem, not only in anime, but a hidden gem in the history of Madhouse's discography. But that's it for this episode. Like the video, comment down below what y'all want to see next. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Anime back when.